It's showtime. Here we
Howdy.
are. Another month of On Track Tuesday. You
Year's
know,
half over.
yep. Well, here, I'm going to give you a little tidbit that I hadn't told you off the air either. You realize that On Track Tuesday is now coming up almost 5 going on 6 years now.
Wow.
We've been doing this. It don't seem like it. 5 years. 5 years uh, on the first Tuesday of the month. You got to look at my mug. I guess you don't have to look at my mug, but you've been looking at my mug. I just wanted to say that that's coming up, and also I want to wish everybody a happy Independence Day here in the United States. And they have what Canada Day I think is a holiday.
That's July 1st. Yeah.
July 1st. They celebrate Canada Day. So happy Canada Day, everybody in Canada, and whatever you're celebrating anywhere else in the world. So I know Closet Branch got the cookie,
Yay, Closet Branch.
and we're going to start going down through the list here. We got Trackside Mike, number 2. That's
Howdy,
cool.
Mike.
And Joe Raider.
Howdy, Joe.
And there's Big John Schuylkill River Valley. How you
Hey,
doing
John.
tonight, buddy? Grandpa Rails,
And John D.
JD. How's it going, buddy? And Dwight from
Howdy, Dwight.
Curly Express. And John Tanzillo. How you doing tonight there, buddy?
Hi, John T.
And Dan's Model Railroading Journey.
Howdy, Dan.
And Hot Dog Pilot Andy. How you doing tonight, Andy?
There's Andy from the UK.
And what else we got coming here? Somebody else I haven't mentioned. John Benacki.
Hey,
Another John.
John B.
Yeah, we got a lot of these Johns tonight.
I know.
And I think that's
all of the chat.
That's it for so far for tonight. So far tonight. All right. Couple things. It is summertime, and not much is happening here on the railroad. I can, as you can see, I did not do any videos last month. It's summertime. It's,
Artie Zero.
Artie, how's it going, buddy? And so I haven't done a whole lot. I did want to show. I don't know if I showed this last month or not, but I got this present for Father's Day, and it is pretty cool. This is one of my presents. Let's put it that way. Get it out of here. You'll like this, Robert. You'll like this a lot. Now, you'll see why here in a minute. Now look at this clock.
Oh, wow.
And look at the detail in it. And can you see what it's made out of, Robert?
Oh, it's a record.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's made out of a
Made
record.
out of a record. And that's something.
That is cool.
I haven't had a chance to put it up yet, but I'm going to put it up here in the train room. So, along with my other clock that makes noise every hour. But yeah.
And what's the 9 3/4?
All honesty, I have no idea. I'm sure there's a reasoning behind it.
Yeah, and Andy, that's right. It's a long playing record too.
Yep. I have no idea what the 9 3/4 is for. I have no idea. There's also a castle down here. You know what? This might be something to do with that Harry Potter stuff. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Because, like I said, there's a castle at the bottom. I have no idea what that is either. I don't know. But it's got a cool train on it.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
I don't really care about the rest.
That's pretty neat.
And it is pretty neat, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, there's Mike McCarville.
Mike, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, Harry Potter. Dan says Harry Potter.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Harry Potter stuff.
I'm not either, so.
I just not.
Yeah, you're right, Artie. It won't be good for the needle. On a record.
No, not at all. But
Andy says platform 9 3/4 King's Cross.
okay, that's Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, there's some Harry Potter fans out there. They got it for me because it was a train on it. I don't think they're much Harry Potter people, but
That's pretty neat, though. It is.
it is neat. I thought it was neat that it was on a record.
Yeah.
They took a record and cut it out with probably a laser cutter or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's really cool.
It is.
So have you tried going into the wall yet, Andy? To the wall? Okay, I'm lost. But anyhow.
Oh, about where the Luftwaffe dropped a 250 kilo bomb in 43. Wow.
Wow. That would be cool to see. To me, it would be anyhow. I like history, so
Yeah.
that kind of stuff would really, really interest me. So, but anyhow, tonight, me and Robert, we conferred on this, and we're going to talk about some kits, not Wathers kits. These are rolling stock kits, which aren't as popular as what they once was, but you can get some pretty nice kits yet, especially at the train shows. You seem to find, because there's a lot of companies that used to make the kits and they don't no more, and you can get some nice kits. So I got a couple examples. Robert's got a couple examples, and the one I'm going to go through, I'm going to show you everything that's in it because they still make these. And I'm sure Robert's got some that they still make. And between the two of us, we can get into it a little bit. And he says he'll get some pictures the next time in there if you know what to look for.
Yeah.
But you'll have to narrate that there, Andy.
Yeah.
So that we can know what you're to look for. So anyhow,
There's Sparky.
Sparky! And he said lots of those kits at the train show just have to watch the prices on them. Yeah. And you can get some really good bargains. And then some of them, they look like great bargains until you come home and you open up the box and you look inside and you go, ooh, this is a little out of my pay grade. So when you see those kits at the show, look at the kit a little close to, because it might be out of your pay grade. I've got a couple of them. I'm going to show you one tonight.
Stormy Dave came in and Raymond Anthony 127.
All right, Stormy and who was the other one?
Raymond Anthony.
Raymond. Oh, all right. So, yeah. Without, I guess, further ado, I'm going to show you.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
do have to be careful of that, John. Some kids don't have the right parts in them.
right. Well, here's one. It was a blue box. It said on the back side of it's a Westinghouse heavy duty flat car. I guess this is the right one, but it was missing. It's missing parts. After I went through it, I found out it's missing parts. But this is a blue box, and usually the blue boxes are pretty simple and pretty easy to use. To do. Everybody knows them. I know when we go to Timonium, that's one of my favorite tables because you can pick them up for like $5 a kit, brand new, still brand new, old stock. So, Catherine Blue Box has been doing that for a lot of years, and they're a nice, easy kit to do. So, here's another one. This is not an easy kit to do. This one, a guy sent this to me so he could just laugh at me because this thing is unbelievably hard. Somebody started it and then didn't finish it.
And said that this is unbelievably too hard, and then he sent it to you.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. We wouldn't know who that would be.
I have no idea.
Yeah. But Blueprint series, they don't make these anymore. I'm pretty sure they don't.
No, I don't think they do.
And but you'll see them at train shows. They are not for the faint of heart. Okay, there's a lot to them. And then the one I'm going to really go into a little bit tonight. We're going to go in. I'm going to let Robert show off his stuff here, but I'm going to go into this Tichy Train Group one. Usually Tichy stuff is pretty easy. Well, I'm going to show you. This is for the little more skilled guy, and they did a nice job with it. I'm going to probably put this one together here real quickly here. Not tonight, but I'm going to probably put it together and maybe make a video of this one. But so without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Robert and let him show you what he's got, and then we'll come back. All right.
Okay. So my first one is a McKean. And then
I've never.
Yeah, so you can see that all the ladders and the grab irons are separate on these. So the paint's okay for what it is, but a lot of detail on those. A lot of detail. So, like I said, all the grab irons and the steps and all are separate. So it'll actually turn out to be a nice kit once it's done. It's just a little bit more detailed than a blue box.
Yeah. Artie says a lot of them old passenger car kits had less information than a Waters kit.
Yeah, I know.
That's scary.
This AccuRail, Uncle Wilmer actually bought this one for me. It's a KCS wood-sided boxcar, and just let me show you. So that's the extent of the instructions. So there's not a lot of parts to this one.
No, and usually those AccuRail ones, there isn't usually a whole lot of parts to them.
Yeah.
And they are pretty easy to put together, but they turn out to be a nice piece of rolling stock.
Yeah, they do. They're just kind of one step above the blue box, kind of.
Yeah, and they're priced nice. They're not a very expensive.
No, they're not.
They still make those.
The next one, the last one that I have, this is E&B Valley. I'm going to show it to you upside down.
Yeah.
They are actually a pretty good set of parts. I mean, you can see this is a cement hopper, and it's the sides are separate. The hatches, all of that kind of stuff is separate. The brake parts, so it's a fairly good. The only thing that's not separate that I wish was, but I might even just cut them off and put on are the steps and the ladders. The way this kit's made, it'd be fairly easy to cut those off and put on a detail set of steps and ladders and stuff like that. So I might do that since it's a part anyway. So that's the three that I had.
Raymond Anthony says he really misses the Athearn Blue Box kits. They were the backbone of the HO scale rolling stock.
Oh, for a long time. In fact, those were a real step up from Tyco and Lifeline.
They're still out there. Believe me, there's still a lot of them out there for sale that are brand new, still in the box that they didn't sell. They made so many of those. I want to say hi to Georgia Sunbelt and Mark from Stu's Structures. Welcome.
And a lot of the
Rail Artist
Athearn ready to roll stuff are actually just blue box kits put together. So
yeah.
So that's my three.
Yep. So anyhow, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get you down here. It'll be a little easier just to do it this way. And show you what's in this box. I got the instructions already out of the box. They are definitely a little bit more detailed instructions than a Wathers kit. As you can see, they give you step-by-step stuff to do, and the illustrations aren't probably as good as the Wathers, but the instructions are. What are you shaking your head about? Yeah, Wilmer wears pants.
Yeah. That's what I was shaking my head
Yeah,
about.
Wilmer wears pants.
Yeah.
Anyhow, this kid here, they said they gave a note in there that due to cutting error, the ladders on the underframe sprue are oversized. So we suggest you use the enclosed separate ladders cut to length using the template, cut to length, and to use the templates on the left to cut them to length. So they give you a template. So,
hi, Dan LeDuc.
And now we just take it out of this out of the box.
Yikes! That's like a branch line blueprint kit.
And well, you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till I show you.
Hey, Derek, how are you?
I like these awesome precision weight that they put in there.
Rail Artist, howdy.
Yeah, you see them precision weights?
Yeah, that's what branch line does. Is they'll put those nuts in there for the weight.
They do give you plastic wheel sets, which they will go into the collection of the plastic ones, and they'll get metal. And in the kit here, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 4 sprues and one shell here. And then this is Robert's favorite here. Let me get it.
All right.
You know what they are, don't you, Robert?
Yeah, they're grab irons.
Yep. They give you the little brass grab irons. Plus, there's a inside the box. There's a piece of brass rod in there for different functions. They're telling you to use in the instructions, I think a .00 .080 drill bit to put those in.
Yeah, that sounds about right. A number 80 bit.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, this ought to be a fun kit to put together. We'll test my faith and go from there. So, Kyle Stevens, how's it going, buddy? Dan LeDuc. All right, let's go back to. So, what?
Hey, Stretch. And Pappy.
Kyle says, right there. Model kits. I want a lot more of these. Send me all your unused Wathers kits. It's okay as long as you bring them back. There's Stretch Limo. Pappy! How's it going, buddy?
Hey, Stu Structure.
So, there's Derek Alexander.
Yeah.
And so, have you guys ever, broke down maybe from Tichy or some of the kits that Robert mentioned, other than a blue box, done much of these kits? I know the AccuRails, my train store sells those. I've bought quite a few of those. I've had a few of them around, so they're usually a nice, simple kit to put together, and they turned out to be a nice piece of rolling stock. I know Dave Thurber uses a lot of those too. I don't know if it's a local company or if they got them out wherever you're from. They saw those down your way, Robert? Those AccuRail ones?
The kits?
Yeah.
No, I've never seen. Well, first of all, there's no hobby shops down here.
Oh, that's right. You got to go 150 miles to a hobby shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
One thing I didn't show you on this box is what it says up in the corner, and I like that.
Morning, it has been determined that this product may become habit forming. I don't know about all that. Depends on how hard the kit is.
Yeah.
Ken Amos, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, Ken.
But I haven't, other than Wathers kits and like I said, a couple AccuRails, I haven't really dabbled into these much. But I want to get into this because I think there's a lot of fun. I've already thought about trying to scratch build some stuff. That because I've seen, videos of people that scratch build their rolling stock, which I think is pretty cool. Ken's driving home.
Yeah, the there used to be a lot more kit manufacturers, and they don't seem to be around anymore much.
Well, do you think, you know, for one, you can buy a really detailed model now without having to go through the headache of putting it together. You know,
Yes.
some people, you know, like really like that stuff like Tangent and some of them. What is it?
Oh, I love that stuff.
Grill and
Yeah.
yeah,
And Rapido.
Rapido, yeah, falls in there too, and
Scale, well, scale train some of their stuff.
If you buy the higher grade, yes.
Yeah.
And you just can go on down through
Exact Rail, but I think
KD's making some nice looking stuff.
I love KD stuff, yes.
Right.
And they're all made in the US. That's what I really like.
Well, that's the same way with the AccuRail stuff. They're all made in the US. This Tichy is made in the US. Yeah. A lot of these kit companies are mom and pop operations too.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony says he's got one scale train kit he hasn't assembled yet. What brand is it, Anthony?
Scale Trains, probably.
Oh, it's a scale train kit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the. But you're right. A lot of that has gone. A lot of them has gone by the wayside, or they were in business for a year or two, and then that was it.
Artie said he just sold off a lot of his unused American trains to buy some European models.
Hey, Randall Ellison, how are you? But you had mentioned before, maybe it's a lot of the 3D printing's killing the kit market.
Oh, I've seen some stuff that people make. John Tanzillo is a good example. He's doing some fantastic work with his 3D printer. He's an N scale, and when you can see detail in N scale on a film, that's saying something. And it's pretty detailed out. Looks nice. And so
Pappy's saying that Tichy doesn't make anything modern.
Well,
that's true. Modern? I know.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same with Katie. Most of their stuff is steam era or transition era,
See, I like the older stuff myself.
I do too. But Pappy, we'll have to forgive him, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, it just the newer stuff. I mean, it's like when you look at a intermodal. It's the first car. If you see the first car, you see the whole train.
Yeah.
Same way with the car haulers. And you see one the whole way through. It ain't like the old days when you could see the fancy cars on the things. Now you can't see nothing except that grating. Yeah. I know that protects the cars, but rail fanning, it stinks.
Yeah.
To me, I think it does anyhow.
And you're right, Pappy. You want them to do even up to 70s or 80s, and they don't. Tichy and a lot of other people like Katie, it's all 50s usually. 40s and 50s stuff.
50s, you might get a little bit of 60s, but
yeah,
that's about it. Because it's just like the cars. That's when things had style and imagination. I feel the same way about automobiles. You know,
Yeah.
you go,
Me too.
you can go down to the Kia dealer and look at one, and you can go to the Chevy dealer and it still looks like the same thing, or the Ford dealer and it still looks like the same thing. You know, there are only different emblems on them. You know, maybe change the headlight a little bit and put an extra piece of plastic on it. Yeah. Back in the 50s and the 60s, cars had style, personality.
Yes, they did.
Yep. Yep. 1936 stock car. You got it. 36-foot stock car. They're nice. I like the 40-foot and the 36-footers and even the 50-footers. You know, Kyle says, I'm not wrong. I know I'm not wrong. Younger generations today, they don't know what they missed. They really don't.
They don't. They
And
do not.
yet they're all the same except different badges. And that's right. So and it's the same with the trains. The trains had personality, and there was no such thing as one boxcar was the same the whole way through. Very, very rarely, you know. When a flat car train came through, it was very rarely it was all the same thing on it. GRE 2057. How's it going tonight, buddy? It's all right. You're not that late, are you? No. You only missed the first half and the exciting news and the contest that we had. And
Yeah.
your name was pulled first, but you weren't there.
Yeah, you won, but you weren't here, so we didn't give you the prize.
Yeah. We had to give it to Grandpa Rails. It's rebuilt. Oh, yeah. This one here. This is one that they give you a little bit of history on it. It's very vague on this boxcar, where they, instead of scrapping a piece of a boxcar or something, they'd put metal sides over top of them and you know, re-equip the ladders and stuff on it, and rather than paying to have another boxcar made, which I thought was pretty cool. The rebuilds. Yep. 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 Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're right, Artie. You got to pull half the engine apart to get to the spark plugs. I'll tell you what. My granddaughter needed a thermostat in her Jeep. Okay, and after her brother examined it, it was pretty handy with a wrench or two. Examined it, looked at her, and told her to take it to the mechanic. It looks like you had to remove half the vehicle to get to it.
My wife's car, to do a tune-up, You've got to get to the spark plugs. You have to pull the intake manifold.
That's crazy.
It is. Which is why I haven't done a tune-up on her car yet.
Yeah, rebuilds on the engines are. You're right. You're right, Anthony. Oh, wrong one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Anthony, you're right. I can't tell. New engines, they all look alike. Even the Gevos look like the SD70s. I can't tell one.
Right. Right. I I get a kick out of everybody says, "Oh look, there's an SD70 I'm like, okay, what's the difference between that and an SD70 ACC or an FC70 M2 SD? What? Just an SD70? You know? How do you know it's a 70? How the difference between a 70 and a 60? Or yeah. Even the Jeeps. I like GP series vehicles. A lot of them, I can't. I still haven't figured out exactly what is what. You know, unless there's something major change. You know. But getting back to these kits can be a lot of fun, and they can also make you go from Robert's hairstyle to mine. You know.
Oh man.
Yep, Stretch Limo, I agree with you. Count the radiator fans. Are you serious?
Well, to determine what kind of Jeep it is, yeah.
I just looked at him and said, "Oh, it's a Jeep." I like Jeeps because they're the workhorse.
Yep.
So.
And you're right, Artie. If you have a kit, you can put your own personal touch on it. You can make it something different than what somebody else did.
Right, right. Just like you can, just because the ladder's molded on, you can cut the ladder off and put on fancy little brass ones that the normal person wouldn't put on. I don't know
a
anybody.
counter would.
I wouldn't know anybody like that. Yeah. No, he's saying there's a lot of difference between them. Okay. 3 fans is a 40, 2 fans is a 38, 2 big and 1 little is a 35.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Me, I just like watching them go around. And all honesty, I could care less if they're a 38 or 40 or 38 and a half. You know? If I like the way they look, that's where they are. I like the way they pull things. And when it comes to steam engines, other than the, what their wheel arrangement is, other than that, I couldn't tell you what they are. They're just cool. Nothing like a steam engine, listening to the whistle coming. All engines look alike way you know the difference is by the running numbers. See, Eddie, you're leaving already, huh? I guess it ain't already. We're into it. Later, Stretch. You have a good holiday, Stretch.
Yep. We'll see you, Stretch.
Yeah, that new stuff. You start AC 6000 and all that other stuff. Okay, it's big. That's what I say. It's big, making lots of noise. Looks cool on the layout.
Yeah. All right, Kyle, we'll do that. The
There
big
you
boy
go.
is going to be in Fort Worth, huh?
October 10th and 11th.
That'll be here before you know it.
It'll be October the 11th in Fort Worth. You'll have to make a trip, Robert.
That'll be here before you know it.
Yeah. Tomorrow, probably.
Yeah.
That's how fast this year's going by. Derek says 40 minutes and 27 watching. Yeah, how about that? What are you staring at?
Oh, I was looking at something. I painted something I wanted to see. I was looking at it.
Thought maybe one of your lights was out of place.
No, I didn't. I didn't turn the lights on.
Or burn a bulb out. You have to tear it apart. Kind of like new modern cars. You got to tear half of it apart to get.
No, if it burns out, it's gone. It just stays to stay out.
Yeah, Derek says you can tell the difference in manufacturers of oil tanks and loading platforms.
Yeah, that's
After building, what was it, 16 of them, you ought to.
ugh.
Artie says their version, and I guess over where he's from, is the AC44C6M and AC4400CW look the same. We go by the first two numbers to know which one's which. That's cool. So we're learning about the different engines too tonight.
Yeah.
I know TSG, I know years ago, they had a whole series on the diesels, and I think also on the steam engines, how to identify them all and the differences in them and where they started and blah, blah, blah. It was a whole series on that stuff, which I watched a good many of them. So Robert worked out which oil is which by the smell of it.
Yes. Sure. I can tell you if it's 30 weight or 40 weight or what.
I know Grandpa Rails. I have William probably was just little back back then, huh? He's. I seen the one picture you showed of him there. I think it was at Christmas time or whatever. I'm like, my goodness, that boy grew. Both them kids really grew. We kind of watched them grow up on your channel.
Yeah.
But I got that picture of me standing at that big boy at Steamtown that they had there on display. Even that makes me, big old me, look small. That's a huge. To see one coming down the tracks would be exciting. I really would like to see that. I guess I'll have to go down and visit Robert so he can take me over to Fort Worth.
I guess you'll have to.
That's in October. William goes to the Navy in August. Wow.
Oh, he's going in the Navy? You couldn't convince him to go in the right service?
No.
Now he's going to be a swabby?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're right, Derek. The 7s and the 9s are similar. Really, the way you can tell is the vents on the sides. So, I know, John. What are you going to do?
Yeah, the 7s and the 9s are very similar.
What is that, Anthony? I see that thumbs down there.
Air Force.
I think Anthony needs to go in timeout now.
Yep. Yes, we would. I'd love to do that, man. Air Force has better chow.
Well, what we do in the Air Force is when they're going to design a base, they build the NCO club and the officers club, and then build the rest of the base around it. That's how it works in the Air Force.
Well, I wish William all the best. I really do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And thank goodness that some young people still have some interest in serving the country. I wish them all the best.
There you go, Joe. LeMay took care of us. You're right, Anthony. Army chow does make a man out of you if you live through it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How about that? His buddy went in the Army and he's going in the Navy.
Wow. Good for him. It's good to hear. Wow. Man will blink your eye and I know just for my grandchildren. I think my youngest one's now not great grandchildren, grandchildren. I think my youngest is 13, 14. I know they growed up. They're growing quick. I've got the two oldest ones have kids. I've got great grandkids, and then the next oldest, I just had a little girl. She's my little princess.
Mhm. She's a cutie.
Yeah, all these kids, the girls, they get over on me pretty good. So
Jackson turned 6 and Kimberly 13, huh?
wow, Kimberly's 13. Wow. JD's channel was probably one of the first channels I was watching when I came to YouTube. Him and Sparky, and watched grandkids, grow up on his channel pretty much. Now Jackson. Every time I see him on there, I gotta smile. 'Cause I have a great grandson that's got the same energy. It's definitely some energy. Yep, I was your first contest winner. Yep, that was I think it was 100th subscriber contest. Was I think my first contest.
Hmm. Hundred, yep.
Yep, it was 100 subscribers. I got to do 1,000 subscriber contest here. I'm putting it off. I'm still, and I want to say something to the people that are out there watching my playlist to get my watch time up. Thank you very much. But I'm still got a long ways to go before, before I'll even come close to being able to have any of the benefits of the 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys over the holiday put one of my playlists, best ones to put on is Not Bad or the On Track Tuesday, because they got the most videos. They got the most videos on them. So in my playlist. But, yeah, I see the on the in the studio, they give you your analysis, and it tells you for the last 30 days what somebody's been doing, and it's I feel ecstatic that people are watching my old stuff. So every once in a while, I like to turn on like the first couple not bads,
Yeah.
and I'm like, man, I can't believe people watch this stuff. Some of my early videos are just like, what was I thinking?
I think we were all like that, though.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Derek. Yeah. Yeah, I had 1,000 here a couple of months ago, and I'm at 1,052, I think, now. That took. I've been doing this now for 6 years now. So I think I started at the end of 2017.
Well, John, if you hit 1,000 by the end of the year, let me know how you do it, because I've been at 950 something for 6 months.
Right. But you got to make videos to.
Yeah. Well, that's true too.
I'm in the same boat. I'm not saying nothing there. this last month I really slacked on my videos, so it's none. Yeah, the old stuff. They are fun to watch when you sit there and you look at back. You go, I did a lot of goofy things too back then. Not that I do any goofy things anymore, but
Yeah. Well, John, I can't do shorts because it has to be in a certain format. It has to be in that stupid looking format where you cut off half the picture. I don't know why you would want to make a video where you have to cut off most of the picture, but that's what YouTube wants, and so that'll never happen for me. Yep, iPhone vertical. That's right. It's just
yeah, I don't understand why they want it in that format.
yeah. I can understand maybe I'm wanting a short, but what's the difference in what format it is? I don't get that. Yeah, I rarely ever watch shorts anyway because they're not informational, and I prefer informational stuff. So
See, Derek got a point there. Do a couple shorts of one of your model builds. That usually gets you subscribers. These younger, if you want the younger people, that's the kind of stuff they want. They don't want to sit and watch a whole video.
yeah, there you go, Raymond. Shorts are for wearing, not watching. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, John. They don't want to watch. I prefer if I'm going to watch a video that it be informational. Give me some information. And shorts. That's not what shorts are for. And I understand that if people like to watch shorts, I don't care for them. So
Yeah. And and I'll agree that the couple shorts that I have done usually did pretty good. They really did.
yeah, that's right. Get sizzle and no steak.
That's about it.
Yeah, I think the shorts have to be 30 seconds or less too, don't they?
Something like that.
That's right. It's wintertime for you, Artie.
Do you get some of them people that you'll get in the feed? And really, what if you sit there and you look at how it lines up in your feed, it's all the same person. They got 10 shorts. If you put all the shorts together, you got a video.
Mm-hmm.
They all do to connect. They just cut it up into smaller pieces, and they put them on all at the same time. So when you're coming down through your feed, you got to look at one of them because they're the next 15 videos lined up on your feed. Yeah, John Tanzella. Listen to that. His short from yesterday got 2.3K views in one day.
Yeah, 2,300 views. Yeah, I just, but I don't even have an iPhone, so even if I wanted to do one, I couldn't.
That's right. You got to use your phone to do that.
Yeah.
I keep trying to talk him into come on over into the 21st century.
No.
His phone still has a crank on the side there. You got to pull
And
off
I
the.
guarantee you, if I could find enough pay phones, I wouldn't even have a cell phone. Not even. I just got a flip phone. That's all I got. So, and I don't really want that.
That's okay. Don't work in most of the country.
That's fine with me.
Uh, oh, I love you, brother.
Yeah, what is a pay phone?
Yeah, that's yeah. Oh my goodness. A lot of them don't know what the old home phones with the cords look like.
Yeah, I guess I could, Pappy. I'm just not. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really interested in doing the shorts. So
I like that. I gotta have what is it, 3 million views or something like that. It's ridiculous. It said for the shorts, you gotta have like 3 million views or something. I'm like, oh man, 3 million. And I've got like 200.
yeah. Um,
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one to get. You here see that? Artie says in over there in Australia, you find a payphone, you can make all the free calls and text any phone in Australia for free.
how about that?
That's if you find one.
Yeah.
Dwight says you can go up to a minute
Oh, really? Okay.
on a short. So you
Yeah,
can
I didn't know if they were 30
you can-
seconds or a minute or what they
so
were.
you can be a little instructional in a minute.
Yeah. That's right, John. If it's a call's free, it's not a payphone.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was telling it was one of my grandchildren the other day. I used to hitchhike to back when I was a teenager. I'd hitchhike to get to a lot of places.
See you,
You,
Pappy.
you could actually hitchhike and get a ride, not worry about Chester the Molester getting you or Jason the Axe Killer or
Yeah.
somebody picking you up. Wasn't last time it's just good people pick you up. And, where are you off to? And you tell them, oh, I'm going to go up to Pittsburgh. And they're like,
See you, John.
well, I can get you this far.
Yeah.
Those were the good old days. Oh, it's 8:03. I wasn't even paying attention to the time. Well,
That's okay. We don't need to pay attention.
All right. Well, everybody, I want to wish you all a very, very good holiday. You fellows in Canada, you already had your holiday, but that's great. And I hope everything was great. And don't eat too many hamburgers and hot dogs. I will. Although my grandson says he's bringing steak, which that'll be a big treat for me.
Yeah.
And that and rack of ribs, a couple racks of ribs. So that sounds fun. So, but everyone have a great Independence Day here in America.
Yeah. You too, GRE. Happy
And whatever holidays you guys are having in Canada. And wherever. I wish you all the best. You get Redbird Tony next week, I think.
Yep.
And y'all have a good holiday. Put some kits together. You know, on them rainy days, this is a good rainy day project.
Absolutely. Yep.
So, all righty. Thanks, Robert, for assisting me tonight.
I enjoyed it as always.
Yep. And y'all have like I said, a great holiday, and may the Lord bless each and every one of you. Watch over you and protect you. And I pray for each and every one of you because you're all wonderful to me. So thank you.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next month, or maybe even in a video. You never know.
Well, in a couple weeks, you and me.
Oh yeah, I'll be on with Robert here in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
I think. And we also have this month a 5th Tuesday we got to figure something out about. So there we go.
All right.
All righty. Talk to you later. Keep watching them videos. Playlist. Remember my playlist. Talk to you later.
See ya.
Thank you. Bye.